A young man pretending to be a homeless man who is blind is sitting on the sidewalk of the company asking for money when a young woman passes by and observes if he sees anything. Realizing that the young man cannot see anything, she takes the money that is in the box and leaves walking. As soon as she leaves, he stares at him indignantly as the girl leaves, but does nothing. Again, he takes an amount of money and puts it in the box and asks another girl who was passing through the street for money. Just like the previous one, the girl bent down and took the money that was in the box, but different from the other one, she looked at the apparently blind boy and he said, "This is not the place you are asking for money, take your rubbish and get out of here." Again, the boy pretending to be blind repeats the process of putting money in the box to test people's honesty. To his surprise, a man passes by and seeing that he has money, takes all the amount, organizes, and puts the notes in your hands talking, "Young man, this money here is yours, hold it before you lose it, keep it somewhere if you can't pass by someone here and get it from you." He is happy with the boy's attitude and replies, "Thanks boy, it's mine." The boy, still in solidarity with that homeless person, takes some money and gives it to him, then says he needs to leave and wishes him good luck. Later, the woman who took the money from inside the box and treated that gentleman barely arrived at the job interview, and when the cleaner went to say good morning to her, she replied rudely, "Good morning, who cleaner?" Without understanding her reaction, he says he was just saying hello, but she, still very inhuman, says she doesn't need his good morning. She throws more things on the floor for him to clean and leaves laughing. Soon after, the boy who helped the blind man who was asking for money arrives at the company saying good morning to the cleaner and asking if he needs anything. The cleaner reciprocates the good morning, thanks him and says he doesn't need it, but before he could, when he finished speaking, the boy took the broom from his hands and started sweeping, saying that he wanted to help. The three who passed by the homeless man were now in the same meeting room when a young man came in saying, "Good morning, today I came here to start our selection, I ask that everyone settle down." At the same time, one of the girls gets up to say her name, but the other pulls her back and starts talking up front, "My name is Mayara, and I have the best curriculum ever." The interviewer then replies, "Okay, then sit down so we can continue the interview, thank you." They sit down and the interviewer continues, "I was able to take a look at your CV and they are really quite extensive and interesting. Mayara, I saw here that you studied business outside Brazil, very interesting," and she replies, "Yes, I have the best CV and all." The interviewer does not answer. He looks at Kayuri, who is the other girl, and continues talking, "Your resume is also very interesting, you have a long career and you did a PhD in financial management at one of the best colleges in Brazil." She, looking at Mayara, says, "Yes, I have a lot of experience in this area." Again the interviewer keeps talking. This time he asks the guy, "So, Rodrigo, I saw here that you spent 10 years in the general services area within a very well-known company here in Brazil. What more can you tell me about your resume, because that's all I think is not very complete." Rodrigo answers, "So I really worked there for those 10 years, I dedicated myself a lot, but unfortunately the company went through some readjustments. I tried to run for a position, but the owner's son ended up taking over and there was no room left for me." After listening, the interviewer just says he's heard everything and now they all just have to wait for him to come back with some answers. Meanwhile they can talk. After the interviewer leaves, the two girls start to laugh at Rodrigo and Kayuri says, "General services assistant and wants to run for this position with us." Mayara continues, "We graduated in PhD and abroad and you think who is who? Do you really think a multinational company will hire you? It's not even good for cleaning the floor I walk on." Rodrigo, sad about the situation, looks at her and says, "Look, I don't know why you are talking to me like that, since I did absolutely nothing for you, just like you, I made an effort and went through the other phases to be here, so the least what you should have is a little respect." One of them asks, "Respect for a man who is just a janitor, just like you? Spare me, if I were you, I'd leave already, you don't have a chance." Contradicting what she said, he replies that he has a lot of chances, that's why he's there too. Kayuri also agrees that he should leave and soon after the interviewer arrives offering some snacks and saying that they will continue the selective process. The two run and go straight to the food without letting Rodrigo take it too. When he asks, they humiliate him by offering and throwing a banana on the floor for him to take, if he wants to. At that time, the homeless person enters the room, crouched down, and asks if there is something for him to eat. The two start laughing at him and Kayuri takes a cake and throws it in his face. Rodrigo, outraged by the situation, asks how they have the courage to do such a thing and goes to help the boy to get up. Kayuri says that they are the same, that's why they are helping each other, and then she says to the guy who ordered food, "I think you've already seen that there's nothing that interests you in this place. This is a multinational company. I don't even know how you managed to get in here, now get out." Rodrigo takes the banana that was all he had and gives it to the boy, who thanks him saying he was very hungry. After the boy leaves, the girls start to get rid of Rodrigo, and he says he did what he thought was right. A little later, continuing with the interview, the interviewer asks Mayara what her qualities are. She replies, "My greatest quality is my competence. The problem you give me I will solve." Then it is Kairi's turn to answer the same question. "My greatest quality is empathy, because I love helping people," and finally asked Rodrigo the question, who replied, "I assume that everyone has a defect, but if I were to mention one of my qualities, I believe that I am one person who likes to help everyone." After listening to all the testimonials, the interviewer says that now he knows everything he needs, and that he will now introduce the owner of the company. Through the door, he walks in saying, "Hi guys, good morning. I hope you are all well and comfortable with the interview." The interviewer says that the boss has already chosen a person and gives the final word to the owner of the company, who speaks. "First, I want to thank each one of you who came to do the interview, but I would like to ask that Mayara and Kairi leave now, please." They were startled by the unexpected decision and kept questioning why and saying that there was some mistake. The leader then shows them something to refresh their memory, the headdress he was wearing when he was dressed as a beggar, but they pretend not to understand and say they don't know anything, and he explains, "That beggar who was asking for money outside was me. It's something I always do when I hire new employees. It's the first test, because I want people here who are honest and with integrity. So you two give back the money you took outside and leave, please." Mayara throws the money on the table and screams that she has never been so mistreated inside a company since it has an external course. To be humiliated like that, Mayara insists that she will change the way she acts, but the boss says that she has seen enough and insists that she leave. She also throws the money on the table and tells him to keep that low-class boy, because he deserves it. After the two have left, the boss says to Rodrigo, "You passed the test. I want to congratulate you for the position that is yours. You showed me value and integrity. It will be an honor to have you in my company." Rodrigo thanks him for the job, and they arrange for him to start the next day.